Okay, guys, welcome back. So today we're looking at 328, Chicken on a Fence Post on page 27. This one is not necessarily a really difficult piece in my opinion. It does challenge you a little bit to practice playing just the B on the G string and the A on the G string as well. And you're adding some speed to this, okay? Because this is at Allegro. So this is about 120 beats per minute to about 140 beats per minute. So around that time or that tempo marking is Allegro, all right? So before we go into how to play this, let's go over the pitches here and the rhythms. So on measure 1, we have 4 eighth note Ds and then 2 chord note Ds. So the rhythm would be down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so D, 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 or slowly, D, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, then you go to measure 2 and you have F sharp, E, F sharp, A. Now for violins and violas, you're practicing that 4th finger A on the D string. Remember, that's your pinky. Cello's just playing open A, okay? So measure 1 and 2 should sound something like this, or if you airbowed it or counted it. D, 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 F sharp, E, F sharp, A. Then measure 3, you have the same rhythm as measure 1. We have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 on the Ds. Down, up, down, up, down, up. And then measure 4, you have a different, same rhythm, but different pitches. You have E, D, B, A. So open, first finger E, open D, B on the G string, first finger on the G string, A, okay? So you have D, 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 F sharp, E, F sharp, A, D, 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 E, D, B, A. In measure 6, or measure 5 in the next line, again, you have the same rhythm and melody. You have the first 2 measures to set. Now everybody's playing an open A, so no 4th finger A for violins and violas. D, 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 F sharp, E, F sharp, open A. And the last 2 measures are just chord notes. B, A, F sharp, E, D, D, D. And luckily there's no repeat sign, so you just have to do it one time through and just make it all count. So practice this best that you can. I would really, really like to see if you can play it at an Allegro tempo, a fast tempo, but practice it first before you attempt to record it at an Allegro tempo. Give yourself some time. Now, a lot of these assignments, I say they're due the day of, but you've noticed that I've posted these days and days, almost a week in advance, so you have plenty of time to practice these before you have to turn in your submission. So take advantage of the fact that I post all the assignments for the week beforehand, so that way you can, practice, and then the day of the recording that is due, you have it turned in, you've practiced it, rehearsed it, and then hopefully I can get your feedback to you quickly as I can, and I can tell you whether or not you did a good job and what you need to work on. All right, so anyways, let's get to playing this. I'm going to play it on the violin. So let's get ourselves started. I'm going to set my metronome at 120 beats per minute, and then we're going to try to slow it down to play it at a slower tempo and build our speed back up on the violin viola part. Okay, here we go. All right, so I have my violin. We're going to be playing at 120 beats per minute. That's the Allegro tempo for number 328. Ba, 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 ba. Here we go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So simple enough, right? Just making sure that we can play this at a Allegro tempo, a picked up tempo. Let's bring it down to about 60 beats per minute, a largo tempo, really slow it down so we can hear the beats clearly and the rhythms clearly. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So practice that a little bit. I always try to suggest that you practice 2 measures at a time before you can play the whole thing. That way you get the feel for the phrasing of it, and it's not so much to try to memorize and work on at one time. All right, so let's go to the cello now. Okay, so here we are with the cello. We're going to play first with the allegro tempo of 120 beats per minute, and then we'll go to a largo tempo of 60. Okay, here it is at the tempo. It's supposed to be allegro, 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that was at 120. That's what it used to sound like when you record it if you want to play it at the tempo that it's written in. So start practicing it at a largo tempo, about 160 beats per minute, a largo tempo, a very slow tempo. All right, so here it is at 60 beats per minute. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. All right. And just I was saying for the violins, violas, try to practice at least 2 measures at a time at a slow tempo. Build up your speed and accuracy with your pitches and your rhythms, and make sure that it sounds like what we have here on these recordings I just did for you. Play along with me, and just work on good habits of playing in tune. Violins, violas, your wrists straight, elbows up off your instrument. Cellos, don't try to drop your shoulder too much. Just relax your shoulder and move your elbow out. And violins, violas, make sure that that first A is a 4th finger A. The only time you play an open A is on the 2nd line there. With that being said, good luck in your recordings, and I can't wait to hear them. Bye-bye.